JC Motors with the C3 Modular helmet from Schuberth. At JC Motors, you can ride with confidence and shop with confidence, knowing that we offer no hassle returns, life returns, and even a damage replacement offer. Go to jcmotors.com to get all the details, and you'll find out why over 280,000 motorcycle enthusiasts like yourself have purchased their parts and gear from us. Today, we've got Randy Northup from Schuberth, North America, to tell you about the C3 Modular helmet.
Thanks, Clint. Today I'm going to introduce something you may or may not be familiar with, the Schuberth brand. You know, Schuberth was the inventor of the flip-up style helmet, and also was the inventor of internal sun visors within the helmet. So what you'll notice with today's product, this is the third generation of the C3, or essentially the concept helmet. The concept helmet came out almost 20 years ago. Then there was the C2, and now what you have here is the C3. This is the lightest, quietest, most aerodynamic flip-up helmet in the world. As Schuberth has done much of the research in the wind tunnel, since we have a wind tunnel, it's the second quietest wind tunnel in the world. Only Audi has a quieter wind tunnel that we know of. So there's many developments on this particular model that have been developed in that wind tunnel that we've had for over 30 years. That's a lot of experience in the wind tunnel. So what you'll notice are a couple of different things. One is on this shield here we have what are called turbulators. Turbulators essentially spin the air before it comes up over the top of the helmet, making it flow quieter and more easily through the air. On the top you'll notice right here little backflow exits. So this particular helmet will get 7 gallons of air per second at 65 miles per hour. But if you're driving so much air into here, a lot of times you'll get a little noise, whistle, you know, swirling sound. So with this on the top, this actually gives that a little bit of a release, allowing that air to go in to the top of the helmet, in through the channels, and then you'll notice, well, where does the air exit? Well, in this particular model, the air actually drives into the vent, through the channels in the EPS, and goes all the way down, wrapping around your head, and then coming out the very bottom, out the back, which is truly the way you would want a helmet to work. I'll show you a couple of things on this particular helmet as we take a look at the inside and the workings. The engineers have come up with a toolless way for some of you that are riding out in the country. Maybe you're running into grasshoppers, beetles, bugs. This is a great way to get the top of the helmet off so that you can clean out the bugs, essentially clean out the vents. So with that off, you'll notice that these two large ports that the air is driven into, the tolerances are also very tight on that, so that it gives you a nice seal on that. So I'll go ahead and put this back on. So that's that. You'll notice the serrated edges of this front vent, which basically gives the air up inside here. Again, that's just so that it doesn't have any whistling and noise going through here. Internally, and I'm not sure you'll be able to see this right away, but I'll show you how those the channels in the EPS run down through here and essentially drive that air in over top your head and all the way out the bottom. When you're driving that much air into your helmet, you certainly don't want to just let it go out the very back of your head, just covering a couple of inches. You want it to go all the way through, covering your whole head and out the back of the helmet. So that's one of the vast areas of improvement here. Also, you might have noticed, if any of you have seen EPS before, this EPS in here is flocked. What's flocking? It's just a sound dampening material. It's just another step to keep this helmet very quiet. So essentially, by driving that air out the back and not having a lot of extra materials here, you get a very quiet helmet. I'll show you quickly how the shields are released. Moving that little lever forward. Same thing on this side. And then the shield just pops right off. Essentially putting it back on is simply lining up that on the side. putting it down. You'll notice a couple of things here. A solid seal. So what you have is a city position here, but then when you're actually going out and starting to get up to speed, you may want to just drop that down. That gives you a really tight seal. Again, getting all the noise and the air to seal here in the face shield, especially in inclement weather. This is a great point. So I've shown you a couple of things on the top of the helmet that make it very aerodynamic and also very, very aeroacoustic. But as we all know, or some of us have experienced, a lot of the noise comes from the lower portion of the helmet. The helmet itself basically has two different components. One, the neck roll, which is designed to give you a seal. However, the neck roll sometimes isn't enough. What you'll notice on the Schuberth helmets, because we have an anti-roll-off strap, which keeps the helmet securely on your head in the event of a fall, you'll notice this strap, which runs along here, giving us an additional area to essentially seal out the noise from coming up, the wind and the turbulence from coming up underneath your helmet and causing a lot of noise. So this helmet itself will protect you or give you about 85 decibels of sound at 65 miles an hour, and that's about 5 to 10 decibels less than even a full-face helmet. Because of this additional material and the nice closure, you really have a nice fitting on the bottom. So the last part here, instead of putting some mechanism on the side which activates your internal sun visor, it's activated down along the lower trim. So instead of reaching up like this to make some moves, essentially you're able to just go like this. But for sound purposes, there's no turbulence generated here. So I've talked to you about the C3, and this, which also comes in a C3W, which is engineered to fit a woman's face. Essentially what we've done is taking the cheek pads. A lot of petite women in particular have a very narrow jawline, higher cheekbones, maybe have a ponytail. So with our C3W, which is engineered to fit a woman's face, we've paid particular attention to this particular area and also in the back where the hair might come out. So we've made the cheek pads a little narrower at the top and a little wider at the bottom, and also made some additional internal changes so that it fits better. So we have the C3, the C3W. Now, once you have a helmet like this, which is at the very high end of your touring marketplace, and you're spending a tremendous amount of time on your bike, you've got the lightest, quietest, most aerodynamic flip-up helmet in the world. One of the things that people like to do is actually have communication systems. So instead of mounting a box on the outside of the helmet, which just totally ruins the aerodynamics and the aeroacoustics, what Schuberth has done is we've partnered with Cardo so that we've built a neck roll that has the Cardo G4 system already built into it. So essentially the speakers drop right in pre-cut EPS parts, and this goes in literally 5 minutes. Pair it up and you're good to go. So that is in a nutshell the C3 and C3W from Schuberth with the Scala Rider or the SRC system, the Schuberth Rider Communication System installed.
Thanks, Randy. Can you talk a little bit about the colors that are available? And I'm gonna try this one on.
Well, there's a lot of colors available. Let me just tell you, this is the World Graphic. This comes in white and black. Schuberth, well known for its variety of helmets. In this particular mode, you get black, matte black, white, high vis. We have two different high vis colors. We have the high vis yellow and the high vis orange. We also have matte anthracite, which is really a nice color. And then also in the C3W, we have white, black, matte black, as well as, I believe that might be all the colors in the C3W.
We do appreciate it, Randy. And by the way, MSRP on the SRC system is $399. The C3 helmets run anywhere from $699 to $749. That's on the World Graphic colors here. We welcome all your questions. And as always, you'll get completely free shipping at JC Motors on Schuberth helmets. What that means is if you buy a helmet and it's not the right size and you need to exchange it, we'll even pay for the shipping to come back to us. If you change your mind on the color, even the fit, or want to send it back to us and try something different, it's truly free shipping. We welcome all your questions. Call us at 800-706-9476 or go to jcmotors.com. Get live support and you'll find out why JC Motors is where riders get deals.